Welcome. This is an environmental management plan for the Kohler Golf Course on Lake Michigan. Proposals by Christoph Foreman on April 6, 2018, and is intended for American Public University environmental management class. The Kohler Company's proposal is to build a new championship-level public golf course on the shores of Lake Michigan. The intended outcome is to use the adaptive management practices to maximize benefit for all stakeholders. The vision statement for this project is to create a golf facility that creates income for the Kohler Company and the local communities while maintaining the natural beauty, biodiversity, and water quality in the Sheboygan County area. To review the overarching goals, goal number 1 was project completion and profitability of the golf course. Goal number 2 was to maintain the water quality of the Black River and Lake Michigan. And goal number 3 was to maintain the biodiversity within the project area. We'll be focusing on goals 2 and 3 for the presentation today. Goal number 2 of maintaining the water quality of the Black River and Lake Michigan had 2 objectives. 1, to maintain nitrate and phosphate levels at the same seasonal levels as they currently are for a period of 10 years after completion, and 2, to maintain the same pesticide and herbicide levels for a period of 10 years after project completion. As far as our management alternatives, we are going to use an all-of-the-above approach rather than choosing one over the other. So let's run through a few of the options here. Contouring and topography can be used to decrease the amount of surface water runoff into the Lake Michigan, the Black River, and the wetlands. This picture here shows how contouring and topography can be used to funnel the water away from bodies of water. As far as buffering goes, using native vegetation as a buffer on downhill areas mostly leading to bodies of water, we can eliminate many of the nutrients and pesticides that would eventually get into the bodies of water. Use of technology with irrigation with sensors and weather data can maximize the health of the turf and minimize the amount of water used and the amount of runoff. By changing the sandy soil that is currently there now and adding a layer of soil with higher organic matter and decreased sand content, we can decrease the amount of nutrients that leach through the soil and get into the groundwater. Decreasing fertilizer usage can be done 2 ways. 1, having more natural areas and less green area can decrease the amount of fertilizer and water needed. And second, use smaller amounts of fertilizer with a more targeted application. The types of fertilizers used can also be maximized to use the best type in the certain conditions to decrease the amount of runoff. Overarching goal number 3 was to maintain the biodiversity within the project area and had 2 objectives. First, to remove invasive plant species from the golf course area, and then to maintain the number of species in the project area for a period of 10 years after project completion, with the exception of the invasive plants. Once again, we'll be using a all-of-the-above approach here rather than choosing one option over another. So let's go through those. So first, we'll ensure that all species within the area still have access to the habitat that they currently reside in. We're going to remove invasive species from the area. This should help to have the current species not competing with species that do not have natural predators in the area. 2 more ideas are to leave more natural areas. This should allow more habitat to remain intact for wildlife, then to have buffers around sensitive areas. Using native vegetation around those environmentally sensitive areas will protect them. Using science for education will promote responsibility of the workers and the golfers in the area. The references used for this project are listed here below.